Don't be a picky Pikachu. Oh, hi. You've got me fluffing my studio worker audience. Ah! That's a terrible thing to start the show. Research. Pika makes show notes. I have to translate for him too. You know, in the translation comes the bad penmanship, which isn't not my bad penmanship. Because bad penmanship is a window into a person's mind. Welcome back. Once again, it is time for the comics coffee table. Yes, my friends and I would assemble around the coffee table. We would shoot the breeze, we would catch up, have fun, gab. There would always be a stack of movies, a stack of music, a stack of books, and a stack of comic books as well. Don't worry, they're here in a box. Comic books, yeah, funny books. You know it. This is why we come here. We take a coffee break together, and we chill out. We have a chill stream, a geeky chill stream. That's the strength of our show and what we do here, and why we hang out. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Bring a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, Pally. Tough guy, strong man, yeah, super dude. Sunset Superman, anybody can. Sunset Superman. That's right. Ronnie James Dio for your buttocks. Yes, pre-recorded, live before a studio of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios. Yes, we take a break. We leave the real world over there. We pull up a chair to our very own comics coffee table, and we proceed to shoot the breeze. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. That is that's our battle cry, yeah. And we meet in the live chat upon the premiere. There's always a good conversation going on, and we continue this conversation in the comment section. So please keep the comments coming. This is a comic book shop-style conversation, and we appreciate comic books, superhero stories, but also like my love of not just comic books, floppies, periodicals, but comic book stores. I've seen the evolution in how these things are sold to us. And when I was a small kid, we had something called pocket change, where, you know, 2 quarters or 2 quarters and a dime, you know, gave a kid choices. You could play two goes of Asteroids or Space Invaders, or you can get a new issue of Daredevil off that spinner rack that's there in your corner store, or you know, what you would know as a bodega or a mini mart, you know. But and then in the 80s, I became aware of my local comic book shop, and there were a few in my Boston area, and they were like churches to me. And such as the church has, you know, stained glass and engraven images and yes, statues, and the Stations of the Cross, you know, in my Catholic church. We have lined the walls with images of this mythology. Yes. And so a big part of this show, if you're new to the show, which you could be because we just broke 1,000 subscribers, our first 1,000 subscribers. In the words of my executive producer, what's our goal? We got to catch them all. Yeah, we won't rest. We won't stop making daily content until we catch all of you. That's right. So subscribe today. Click on those notifications. Ring that bell and subscribe. Yeah, we would love to earn your subscription. We premiere 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. we are going back to our comic book shops now that we are over the lockdown. For me personally, this is my activism. This is my amplification of my voice. This is my platform. I'm also an ordained minister, so this is also my evangelism. Get thine ass back to thy local comic book shop and spend thy money there. Yes, I need supplies. I'm rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire collection. Along the way, I'm gonna get I'm wrapping my head around. I've had a lifelong love with floppies and comic books, but I've never really took an appreciation for grading them or even speculating what could their worth be. So I'm not really a speculator, but I am digging, finding out the value of my comic books. And also, they could be at a higher value if I had only used boards in the first place. I got a lot of spine roll in my collection. I'm getting used to the 10-point grading scale, which is literally like an industry standard. Seriously, there are about 25 points in decimal places in a 10-point scale that goes from mint all the way to good. And they point out all the, the little dings and flaws that are in your floppies. Yeah, and Funnybooks. I call them floppies without shame. I don't know, when did that become a derisive term? Get out of here. Like a bald guy. Get out of here. Get it? Waka waka. So since I am reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging my entire collection, I'm getting my supplies at the local comic book shop. Yes, I am bypassing the big box stores and the online supply chain because my local businesses are local businesses, regardless of where you are geographically. We share this commonality that our local businesses need our patronage. The restaurants, shops, barbershops, perhaps. I don't know. But local comic book shops, indeed, especially if they're not a chain. If they're not in a chain, of comic book shops, that they're most definitely a local business, and they need our patronage. So I'm agreeing to pay the retail markup for these corrugated cardboard boxes of Funnybooks for supplies. $8.99 for a bag of how many are in here? 100. I just got a fresh brick of boards, acid free, one side coated. This is $15. All these add up. I mean, and but it helps keep my local comic shop open and their lights on, their bills paid, and we're part of their solution and to be solvent too. No pun or all pun. You know me. The ironic dad joke. Oh boy, that's why I had to return my dad bod. You know what I mean? Gee, it's just like, hey, sorry, you're gonna have to at least try. You know what I mean? To maintain that dad bod, you have to turn in that dad bod. I had to, so. Let's get to it. We're gonna reboard, rebag, and rebox. We're wrapping up like a week-long special, and it's June. It's gonna be summertime any second now. I'm spring cleaning my room. I'm finding a lot of old things and purging a lot of things as well. And so in that spirit too, this is why I'm reboxing and reboarding and rebagging. I'm gonna purge a chunk of this stuff. And today I'm doing an exercise of what do you think I can get for a specific run of comics? And I was a little surprised that this is tallying up to be, and if it meets a certain grade, because all of the best prices are if your floppy, if your funny book is at a 9.2, that's a near mint minus. Okay, that means it has to have a very, very few dings. My comics usually have many dings because of spine roll, corners, and covers. But usually the contents, the pages, they're crisp, they're clean, they're tight, they're relatively fresh looking because they have been in a bag all this time. They needed a board to prevent when you hear that when gravity affects the funny books and they flop over, the flop goes into the floppy. Ba-dum bum bum, jump 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 bum 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 bum, cha cha. Yeah. So we've been talking about Mark Millar's Civil War all week, and I find it fascinating. I really do. It's for me. It may be Marvel's last poignant story told. What do you think about that in the chat? Because I've been thinking about this all week. Remember Sully's rule? Okay, we take the old bag. We take one old bag. And we take the other bag. Okay, you're breaking... Muffin... Pikachu said... And all the blood! Here at the Ben Bird Academy of Sound Effects. This one should have been in a new bag and board from the get-go, but this is how we find out about shit. Let's just look at it real quick. Look at that corner. This was see, that's a ding. And we got spine roll, a go-go. You can't see it with the camouflage. Nope, we got spine roll. Yeah, normal dings. But overall, this is a tight, funny book. And this is, the death of Captain America. And who really shot him? It was a hypnotized Sharon Carter. Great Steve Epting. But I have the variant cover. This is the variant cover done by Ed McGuinness. Yeah, the Civil War is over. Captain America is being tried and convicted of treason or whatever it was. This is April 2007. Captain America, number 25. Once again, I want to point out there's no volume number. So, because there already was before this Captain America issue 1. And so is this volume 2? Volume 3, perhaps? It doesn't say. Maybe it says so in the book. They're usually good about that. So here we go. This at a 9.2, which this is not, would rate $10. Yeah, cap 25 at a 9.2, a near mint minus is worth $10 with that Ed McGuinness variant cover. Yeah. Let's see here. So, let's just pull it out. Excuse me while I whip this out. That's a Mel Brooks joke. And a Richard Pryor joke, too. Yeah, so we're going to bundle this. This is... If this was a 9.2 near mint minus, this would be worth $24. But we can see the spine roll from here in the cracks. And it's got cover stuff. I don't know what this would be worth. I'd have to really think about it. But yeah, we're going to just round up for the moment. Civil War 2 at a 9.2 near mint. It's worth $10. It went up to $38, and it's $4 for the for New Avengers Annual #1. If that was at a 9.2, which I don't think so. This Daily Bugle, though, that I paid 50 cents for, this newsprint checklist kind of thing, that's worth $3 apparently in the book. That's really interesting. If it was at a 9.2 and near mint, which it is most definitely not. It's suffered its wear and tear, but it looks like an old newspaper, huh? Great art, huh? It's really good right there. Really sums everything up, huh? Like, who's fighting who? Who's down? You know what I mean? Fun, huh? But yeah, that's worth $3. So I would include that. I'm going to. So we're up to $41. Okay. Now these 3 through 7, they're worth $8 a piece. And they had a $2.99 US cover price. So that's pretty interesting. They're 4 times. No, not 4. I'm not a math person. No, math is hard. I don't like numbers. There are like too many of them. And no, at a $2.99 cover price. Now these individual floppies are worth $8 each. Issues 3 through 7 here. But here we have also Amazing Spider-Man, $5.38. Let's look at it real quick. Ooh. Written by J. Michael Straczynski, art by Ron Garney. I wonder who did the inking, huh? Bill Reinhold was the inker, and this is The War at Home, part 7 of 7. And this is from January of 2007, as we can see from the indicia colophon. And here, let's we love looking at ads here. The Invincible Iron Man versus the Mandarin. This is a year before the release of the debut of the MCU in Iron Man 1. Jon Favreau's Iron Man 1, starring Robert Downey Jr., himself, Jon Favreau, and Gwyneth Paltrow. And but yeah, they had the animated Avengers movie, and 1 and 2, and those were based upon Mark Millar's Ultimates. It was like, I think, was that Ultimate Avengers? Those movies there, not sure, but does it say so on the packaging here? First 3 Marvel animated features plus an exclusive Iron Man Marvel Icons bust in that famous Mark IV armor of the 70s and early 80s before he, And that was the big fight at the end of it all. And it starts like this and ends with this. Aunt May getting shot. And that one's worth, this one at a 9.2 is worth $6. Yeah, it's doubled its value at a $2.99 cover price. And see, I barely know what I'm talking about when it comes to speculating. I'm learning about it through just these books, being involved in it. But this is we got Ding's a Go-Go, Ding's a Hoo-Ha. Well, will you ring my bell, my bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling. So, but like I said, hey, this is like what sums up all of our feelings these days, apparently. Wah, wah. My local comic book shop was sold out of Amazing Spider-Man 26 yesterday, new release day. I got there by 2 p.m. So I'm going to my backup store today, and it's just a bus ride away. But yeah, so we got these two. I'm gonna say that, so between these two, I'm gonna call that $16. Okay. Am I ripping off someone? I'm just playing imaginary right now. Would I actually get this? Plus, there are going to be some issues, stuck in, too, such as, Spider. And this one could be worth about $6 as well, I believe. Like, I didn't even look these ones up. I'm just presuming that, like, they're going to be, like, cover pricey. That's how they usually go, unless there's something, like, amazing or happens. I guess that's what they call keys. Let's look that up. Do you want to know more? I want to know the definition of things. I like this. What are keys in comic books? I think they're first appearances. The short answer is that a key comic book is any issue that's important in a title's run. This is from June 7th, 2022. The Nerd Horde was asked a question, and this could be because the issue introduces a popular character, features a pivotal story moment, or includes seminal artwork or writing from a popular creator. And yeah, different kinds of keys. This is from Go Collect. It's a blog. If you've been collecting comics even for a brief period of time, you have no doubt heard the term key. I know key. I got plenty of it. Rising key. I have a tattoo of key. It's under my belly button. It's where your key manifests. It's called, you know what I mean? It's called hara. It's having center. That's where key emanates. Have a strong hara. Key has just been some elusive term, but I always thought of gold key comics. That was some Silver Age print. They did like didn't they do Casper comics, but like Star Trek and shit like that. For example, Giant Size X-Men #1 is a major key, or Incredible Hulk 181 is the most important Bronze Age key comic, etc. And I've heard of minor keys lately. And what is that? Is that specifically a sad issue? Oh, that's a music pun. If you've never heard one. Oh, I'm so out of tune. Read the room. You're tone deaf. Oh, waka waka. I do have, as like a postscript, I have a couple of issues of, because I have the opening here, with my opening, and that's New Avengers Annual 1, and I like that where that opens. Also, I love the black costume, okay? There's nothing in the world for me quite like Spider-Man's black costume. It premiered when I was 11 years old, and beyond the symbiote, I love the look of it. Even the cloth uniform, the black costume rules for me. Less symbiote venom, more Kraven's Last Hunt, that kind of thing. And this has got like really awesome art by Todd Knock. This is after May gets shot. Everyone knows who Peter is, and he's wearing black. So he's wearing black to because it's like a black armband, but that's he's making a point. So it was called Back in Black, and it was just like. Yeah, it was like the February of 2007. Yeah, that was like the big thing, huh? And look at this delicious art by Lionel Francis Yu. I got to meet him at Fan Expo Boston. No. Sorry, Boston Wicked Comic Con back in April. And I got to talk to him just for a minute or two. And I was like, thank you so much. I was like, you know, oh, and look at this. Look at the ad. Yeah, huh? When did this come out? Wow, 2007. Because we were, a buddy of mine, one of my high school best friends and I, we were in Cleveland in 2005. And there was like a fake New York City Metro stop. And the armored car and Sandman versus Spider-Man, they were shooting pickup scenes in Cleveland, just for like downtown Cleveland so the street was cordoned off. We were on our way to see a Red Sox Indians game at Jacobs Field. Fun city, really fun, and a lot of good bars, a lot of good restaurants, and but I remember that was like, yeah, and this was being released on May 4th, 2007. So, I love, speaking of the black costume, you know. That's why, you know, Back in Black, you needed some corporate syzygy going on. Why isn't Spidey wearing the black costume, you know, in the comic books? Well, he is now. We got this great Lionel Francis Yu art in here. He knows how to draw heroes, sexy women, and action scenes. Here's a good one. Just like, you know, because these are the new Avengers, and they're on the lam because these were Cap's Avengers. It's after the Civil War. And the Superhero Registration Act is still in effect. And yeah, so this might be like Marvel's last, I don't know, what do you think? Are comic books, poignant comic books, I feel, should be few and far between because they're a source of escapism. But once in a while, the genre can be used and wielded so wisely and so deftly and so well that it takes a few reads to see the satire and to see the levels of what's being offered here. And I think that Civil War was one of them. And it just, you know, touched off a lot of debate. And it was a precursor for, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but, oh, wow, what is this? This is a miscut page. Yeah. Oh, wow. Hey, look at that. A misprinted page. I wonder. Indeed. Let's look that up real quick. Next Wave, Agents of Hate. Nexus. Next Wave. Agents of Hate. Issue number 11. $3. Yeah. Sorry about that. And then, so yeah, that's just getting thrown in with the with the bundle. So I'm just gonna and now I'm gonna throw this in with the bundle too. It's a fire house down the street from my house. Please come back all safely, boys and girls, and anyone in between, the firefighters. Please come back safely and save those people, save those lives. I grew up with a firefighting family in the project of South Boston. Swing the drum slowly, play the flight slowly. I have a better idea. Let's try to get a grand total of like what we're gonna get. 8, 2, 3. I think that's 40. Wow. Okay. I'm thinking, what would you pay? Would you pay $60 for Sully's edit here. Of Civil War. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25 issues. And if I can't, and yeah, but some of them are keys. Yeah, definitely. And here it is. This is a stack of comic books, and I'm going to try to sell this for $60, an average of $3 per issue. And that's, you know, we've even said that like some of these issues are worth a couple of bucks. I mean, issue number 1 would be worth $24 if near mint. I mean, that's about maybe just a quarter, you know, just the quarter of this, you know, bundle alone. And then comes Civil War 2 being for $10. So, I mean, there's a few of these issues here. And the cap variant, that's like $10 right there too. So that's about half the price would be like basically to get a couple of keys. But is that how people buy shit like that? Or do you think people would be just straight up interested in being reacquainted with the Civil War on a very specific level? I mean, just this is beyond the trade paperback. This is like, you know, from one Marvel fan to another. And I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. Yeah, $50, $60. You know what I mean? It's 25 funny books in here, and it's yeah, to give this a second life. Just to let you know, hashtag Team Captain America. Always have been. You kidding me? I love Iron Man. Don't get me wrong. They have points, and they use those points to stick each other with. But Civil War was an interesting thing. It really predicted a lot of how good people become polarized over ideologies. And it takes tragedy to evoke the sense of where to go. I mean, and also just in the days of school shootings and mass mayhems and in public outrage and destruction of properties, and where heroes are questioned, and, you know, public servants are questioned and also caught committing malfeasances as well. It's interesting how something like this just really, it captured the zeitgeist. It was very prognosticating. You know, the polarization, it happened during the 2016 U.S. presidential election, and the years, all the year up until now, too. It happened with lockdown 2020 and the cause and nature of the virus, and of where personal freedoms end and mandated authoritarianism takes over, especially when it comes to body autonomy, and seeing where that data may or may not have led since. Interesting stuff. Civil War, but it just, and also we've been recovering from this Civil War ever since, in a way too. And this might have been the last poignant Marvel story. And I don't know, what do you think? I mean, thank you so much for hanging on and listening. We've been spending a chunk of time with Marvel's Civil War by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven and company. It was the huge Marvel event of 2006, 2007. It's been made into a movie. Its repercussions are still felt today in the canon of the comic books. And I could sell this bundle of 25 comics, all Civil War related, for what, 50, 60 bucks? And then shipping, huh? Let me know if you think that's a fair price. And God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. If you're interested in picking this up, hit me up in the DMs or the in the comments sections. Reach out. Yeah, you know what I mean? You got a bid? Anything, you know what I mean? Bids start at 50. And maybe. I don't know. What do you think? I've never done this before. So, but, click on those notifications, ring that bell. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern premieres. The live chat premiere is always hopping. And leave a comment in the comment section. Keep this conversation, this comic book shop style conversation going. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.